listening to the MMA Brothers Podcast, coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Your source for UFC news, previews, and post-fight coverage. Hosted by your favorite duo, Daryl and Asher. Let's get it started.
Hello guys, and welcome back to MMA Brothers Podcast. It's Daryl.
It's Asher.
And we got a special guest today, Dylan Larenko. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing great, boys. Thank you for having me on. Finally, it's been time.
Exactly. Guys, this is the Dylan
80 episodes later, he's finally on the podcast.
Bro, it's hard for me to get up in the morning, man.
Guys, just so you know, this is the Dylan that I always say on the podcast. When I say he's going to come on, he finally made it on. And we're going to be talking about the UFC. Is it 255 or 254? 254. Justin Gaethje versus Khabib is the main event. And we're going to take you guys through the main card, give you our picks, who we think's going to win, and who you should bet on if you want to listen to us with your money. I wouldn't advise it. But I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to walk through the main card.
Sounds good, brother. I'm excited for this. Khabib Gaethje, it's been a long time in the making, but God,
this card of the year.
I can't believe we're less than 7 days away from this fight happening. This has got me hyped, bro.
I know, it's crazy.
Little disclaimer, Islam Makhachev that you guys can see shared on my screen, his fight with Rafael Dos Anjos is now canceled, so I think they brought in the Jacob Malkoon versus Phillip Hawes to replace that fight in the main card. So I'm going to be completely honest with you guys here. I don't really know Jacob Malkoon, neither does UFC Online, because he doesn't have any stats. Doesn't have any stats. Phillip Hawes looks very familiar. I feel like I watched him in the Contender Series.
He's from the Contender Series, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly where I see him. He's 8-2, middleweight division, 6'1", 70-inch reach, and all of his fights, all of his wins, none of them come by decision. 75% by TKO or KO, 25% by submission. Not going to pretend like we know these guys. So, Dylan, I'll get your thoughts on the fight and how do you think it'll go?
I actually know a little bit about Phillip Hawes, man. Like, this guy's a knockout artist. He's had, I think it's 8 wins, 6 of them knockouts, and 2 of them are actually by submission. So this guy's just out there finishing people left, right, and center. He actually does not like decision fights. He doesn't go the distance. And we don't know enough about this Malkoon guy. I think this is pretty much just a setup fight. You know, the UFC sets up people they think is going to do well with some easy fights at the beginning, and I think that's what they're doing for Phillip Hawes here. I honestly think it's going to be a blowout. His last 4 fights that he's won, where it's 4 straight fights, Phillip Hawes has finished every one of them in the first round, so I think it's going to be another first-round finish. Like, this is going to be just a ridiculous, 25-second fight. I don't know. I think he's going to knock him out really quick. It's going to be a quick one.
No, I'm with Dylan on this one. I have seen some of Phillip Hawes' fights, and he's that guy. Just look at him. Clearly this guy's built to finish people in the first round.
Yeah, but we don't even know what Jacob Malkoon looks like. Jacob Malkoon could be,
it could be Phillip Hawes 2.0, right? We don't know.
let me search up what Jacob Malkoon looks like.
Yeah, but no, I'm excited. I like the Contender Series. There's a lot of hype fighters that are coming through. And it's so hard to keep up with the UFC sometimes, because just like when you think you have a good grasp of all the fighters that are in your division or whatever, a new name or a few new names come up, like, all right, bro, I don't know who this is. I gotta look into this guy and stuff, right? Then some fighters are gone and stuff, so it keeps it fresh though, which is good to see.
Just so you boys know, Jacob Malkoon is not the most physically intimidating looking individual. He looks like he's built like Kobe Covington. That's the build.
Yo, but
so I guess we all got Hawes.
Don't even get into it, Dylan. This is not the time.
Daniel Cormier isn't the most physically intimidating dude, you know?
That's true. That's true.
I guess so. But anyways, I'm going with Phillip Hawes, as Dylan said and Asher said. I hate picking Dylan's fighter, but we're going to move on to Magomed Ankalaev versus Ion.
Oh.
Let's go to Lamba. So Dylan,
the first fight happened in March, I think.
Yep.
And this is what, this is 7 months later? Yeah, 3, 10, 7 months later that they still haven't had the second fight. And it's been canceled 4 times? 3-4 times?
3 times.
Do you guys remember the first fight?
Yeah, I do.
I remember.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was Ankalaev that won, but it was the worst stoppage of all time, right?
Yeah, but I also blame that on Kuralaba, man. This guy's out there pretending like he's fainting and stuff, dizzy when he's on the feet. You can't be doing that.
Yeah,
100%.
Kutalaba
I
also has
agree
the
with you.
longest nips in the UFC, man. Holy crap. What is that, bro?
No comment, bro.
Yeah,
No
look at that.
comment.
What the hell is that? Look at his UFC photo. What the hell is
Daryl, he
that?
could kill you if he wanted to.
Oh, I'm not saying he couldn't kill me. His nips would kill me before his hands would, bro. What the hell is that? Anyways, Dylan, I'd like to get your prediction for this fight.
Man,
His
I
nipples
actually
are
did
so erect because he's so angry that he hasn't fought him against them.
yeah. Honestly, I feel like Kudalaba is just an angry guy going into this fight. But I did a little bit of research on Ankalaev. He's got an 85% takedown defense, but also Kudalaba has 80% takedown defense as well. So I honestly believe this fight's going to be standing up. I don't think each other's going to be taken down. Ankalaev, I think, in every fight, the stats were saying that he's led every fight he's won in significant strikes. I believe he's a better striker. Seeing that this is going to be a standing up fight, I think he's going to outstrike Kudalaba, and I think he's going to win this in a unanimous decision.
No, I can't disagree.
Yeah.
Asher, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I might go with the Russian too on this one because even though the Hulk, he comes in super aggressive, he has, they look at their stats actually. If you look at it, like the Russian is a little bit taller, and like Dylan said, like that takedown defense is nasty. So Kutilaba does have the higher KO percentage, but like I just don't think he's going to be able to knock out Magomed. And I really, really hope, fingers crossed, that nothing happens between now and Saturday when this fight does happen.
If
But
he
yeah,
does
I'm thinking
positive for
Magomed.
COVID again, it's gonna be the new Tony.
But yeah, who you got, Daryl?
I'm gonna go with the Hulk, man. I don't know, man. I just think that Eon could take a ridiculous amount of damage, and Magomed is clearly the superior striker, better wrestler, and everything. But what I like to look at is that TKO KO percentage. I'm just brought up by that number. Eon has had more losses than Magomed. You can look at it as Eon has learned from his mistakes, and he's not going to do them again. And you can look at it as Magomed has not made enough mistakes in the ring in order for him to improve his game, right? You can see it with Brian Ortega, got pieced up in the stand-up. Now he's a ridiculously good stand-up based off of one fight, though. But Eon, he's had COVID, I think, 3 times. So there's a
I thought they both got COVID.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Someone tested twice. I think it was Eon who tested twice. So I think the COVID's going to give him a little bit extra power. He had it twice. I'm not making fun of COVID, guys. It's just a joke with Eon Kutalaba. I'm just putting it out there. But I'm gonna pick him as his first round KO. I'm gonna go that with Eon Kutalaba.
Wow.
What am I basing this off of? Nothing but the TKO percentage. Okay, that's all I'm basing this off of. So
I honestly, I'm starting to feel like you're picking that complete opposite because of what I said. But
anyways, we're gonna move on to Cynthia Calvillo versus Lauren Murphy.
Lauren Lucky Murphy. What a nickname. Every time she gets a dub, she's like, yo, I'm so lucky, bro. Got 13 lucky dubs in her career. Let's go. But anyways, it's number 3 versus number 4. I believe this fight is at strawweight, if I'm not mistaken. Is it strawweight? Oh, sorry, no, flyweight, 125. So yeah, it's a flyweight fight, and Cynthia Calvillo, she's one of the the girls in the division that has a lot of hype behind her. A lot of people think that she can be somebody that can make a run for a title in the future. So she's facing the number 4, Lauren Murphy. I don't know too much about her, but as her MMA,
So she's Irish,
and she's from the States, and so is Calvillo. And Calvillo is an inch shorter and has a 3-inch reach disadvantage. So if you scroll down a little more, we can see how they win the fights. Cynthia Calvillo is very, very good with her takedowns, right? But Lauren Murphy has a higher KO percentage. So she seems like she has a heavier hands, and Calvillo never really knocks people out. I'm surprised she has a 22% KO percentage.
probably a TKO.
Or KO, TKO. So most of her work, the way she fights, is with takedowns and submissions because she's really scrappy. So in this fight, I'm going to be picking Cynthia Calvillo just because I think she has a better gas tank and she'll be able to not get knocked out by Lauren. Who you guys got?
I'll go take over. Yeah, I got Calvillo as well. I'm always worried about her height and her reach, but after seeing what she did to Jessica Eye in that last fight, like I'm not worried anymore. She outstruck her by I think a good 30-40 strikes. It was crazy.
Don't piss me off, but this guy's a fucking joke sometimes, man. Holy fuck.
What?
Jessica I is such a joke. She's so good and so bad. It just pisses me off. Anyways, go on.
Honestly, Jessica I should never have been like ranked first in the flyweight division, and she's not that good. You know, I don't know how she got that far, to be honest.
Yeah, but needless to say, I'm pretty sure Calvillo is 3-0 in the UFC as well. Like, she's a beast, man. I'm gonna take her.
Yeah, well, Lauren, I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not. 62% finish rate in terms of TKO, right? She does have the longer average fight time, so she knows how to stay in a fight. The one thing I will say is
average fight time is 14 minutes and 35 seconds. She lands that KO in the last 20 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. 60, he finishes those 62%, right?
Are you finishing 62% of your fights and have an average fight time of 14 minutes and 35 seconds? That math just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, she's a late finisher. You know, her gas tank is crisp.
Just when you think you're like, yo, I caught the dub, then bam, Lauren Murphy hit that overhand right, bro.
So
I don't see that happening.
There's a few things I'm basing this off of. I think that Lauren Murphy, whenever you have a fighter who has a high finish rate, it weighs on you in the stand-up fight, right? You're going to think, okay, this person finishes a lot of people. I got to stay away from this danger zone, stay away from that, stay away from that. And it could pull you away from how you usually fight due to you being, you know, scared of engaging with that person. Because think about it, anyone with a high TKO percentage, you're going to say, okay, I want to take this to the ground and nullify their advantages and then work on mine, right? I think Cynthia is a good striker. Does she have the power to KO Lauren Murphy? I don't think so, personally. I think she's like a peppering striker who will hit you and with an accumulation of strikes that do damage, not one shot that does a lot of damage, in my opinion, just from watching her previous fights. Lauren Murphy, judging by her TKO percentage, she must hit harder than Cynthia because she has a higher TKO percentage. I'm wondering, maybe does she take people down and finish them on the ground as opposed to standing up and knocking them out, as Asher said? Because there's no way you're getting how many late round KOs and you have heavy hands. It doesn't work like that. But anyways, I love the 62% finish rate by Lauren Murphy. So I'm picking Lauren Murphy over Cynthia Calvillo. We're going to move on to Alexander Volkov versus Walt Harris. As I said, guys, we're not doing the Islam because Islam versus RDA was canceled. So we're just going to keep moving on to Alexander Drago Volkov versus...
We'll let Dylan break this one down. Dylan, go for it.
Of course. I was just announcing their names versus the big ticket.
Yeah, so you guys want me to break down all the info here or what?
Yeah,
go for it.
All right, 1 second here, boys. Yeah, so we got Alexander Volkov coming in 31-8. So he's got a lot of fight experience here, 39 fights altogether. This guy's in wars. And then we got Walt Harris, 13-8 with 1 no contest. Yeah, so we all know what's happened with Walt Harris, unfortunate situation. So I'm going to just start off by saying, like, RIP and sorry for his loss. He went through a tough situation. But this guy's coming off a fight with Overeem, I believe. Mm-hmm. Was that last fight? Yeah. And, yeah, that was a tough fight for him. He went there very emotional. I think the emotions took over his fight game there, and he let Overeem take him down. We don't really see Overeem take down many guys and beat him on the ground. It's always stand up. He's an amazing kickboxer, one of the best the UFC's ever seen. And just the way Overeem was able to break him, bring him down to the ground and beat him, I believe Volkov is just going to beat this guy, beat the brakes off of him. Volkov's an amazing fighter. The last loss I think he's had was against Derek Lewis, right?
And he's in the same danger zone. He's in the same danger zone with this one. No, Volkov lost also his last fight. I swear he lost his last fight too.
He lost his last fight too. Who did he fight last?
It was a stand-up. He lost
to Derek Lewis, and then he beat what's his name, Greg Hardy. Then he lost his last one. Who was his last fight against?
I'm blanking here.
I know, I'm blanking too. I can't believe
because I remember Volkov lost.
Let me see here.
Curtis Blades.
Curtis Blades. Okay, yeah, Curtis Blades. That's what I remember the post-fight interview when Curtis Blades was so gassed. He how many takedowns he landed in that fight? Like 20 takedowns? Man, just get tagged in the feet by Volkov, shoot straight for a takedown. Guy, I've never seen a fighter so tired before in his life. It's just he couldn't even talk in the interview, bro. He's like, yeah, Volkov, solid opponent. I'm like, yo, this guy's gassed, bro.
And he's murked. He's gassed and he's murked. And he's just over there with his razor blade teeth at the bottom, nigga.
But yeah, Volkov. But Volkov does have the height advantage, 2 inches, and then also the 3-inch reach advantage. Like I said, I could see this being a Volkov just stand-up domination, but I could also see it being close. I could see this going to decision. Like, it all depends on what Walt Harris we see that night, right? What Walt Harris we're going to see.
Scroll down, Daryl.
Yeah, so Daryl, take over.
No. I'm just scrolling
No, I
down.
was just saying scroll down just so we could see the breakdown. Go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, if Volkov's learned from his mistakes, you know, he was dominating Derek Lewis that whole fight and just got clipped right last second, right? So I think as long as he's learned from his mistakes, I can't see him losing to Walt Harris. Just can't.
He got clipped last second, Lord Murphy style, right there.
Exactly. That's why I'm picking Lord. She's my white beast, bro. Let's go.
Wow. So you're taking Walt Harris.
Asher, I'll let you guys. I'll get my opinion at the end. Asher, you can take this one.
Yeah, like obviously, like Dylan broke down excellently. Walt Harris, he was fighting with a heavy heart last time. This time, he might obviously be fighting a little bit better. But the problem is, he's fighting somebody who's also probably one of the best kickboxers in the heavyweight division compared to Overeem. Maybe the Overeem number 1, number 2, Volkov, or vice versa. They're really, really good with their kickboxing. So this is not going to be an easy fight for Walt Harris. There are no easy fights in the UFC. But I am going to pick Volkov to win this fight again. I just think Volkov is a little too slick on the feet for Harris, even though Harris does have that KO power. I don't think Volkov is going to get caught again. He was unlucky against Derek Lewis, obviously, because, he got KO'd in like the last 10 seconds, I feel, of that fight, wherever it was. It was literally like the last 30 seconds of the fight, he was out. So I don't think that's going to happen again. I think this was going to be a clinic by Volkov. He's going to land like nice kicks, nice jabs, nice strikes to the body, and then just win a unanimous decision. That's what I got.
I echo you guys' testament about Volkov being one of the best strikers in the division. But once again, the division they are in plays a big factor, because if you're the best stand-up striker in a lower weight, you almost face no consequences if you get clipped. But in this weight division, as Walt showed, he dropped Overeem, one of the best practitioners in the division. He still dropped him, almost finished him. But once again, he gassed out when he's trying to finish him, and that's how he lost the fight, right? So the way I think this is going to go, Volkov's going to dictate everything in this fight, the distance, the kicks, the punches, and everything. But I think Walt's going to sneak in a left hand in the first round, catch Volkov cold. It's going to be a first-round KO win for Walt Harris. I just think that Walt's left hand is so sneaky, because every single fight, even when Walt loses, he drops the fighter that he's fighting every single time, right? So I think his left hand is such a weapon that – and he's bigger than the Black Beast. Black Beast, I think, is 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 6'4". Walt's 6'5". He's got long arms. So Volkov,
Walt's a big dude.
Let's see the reach. See, it's only a 3-inch reach advantage, right? So I'm not really taking Volkov, piecing him up from the outside without getting caught at least once. You know what I'm saying? Black Beast isn't like Walt Harris. Black Beast just waits, doesn't even throw any jabs. Walt actually throws jabs and tries to work his way in and then clip you. He's much more mobile than the Black Beast, in my opinion. So I'm going with the first round, catching Volkov cold and that left hand. Because Volkov doesn't have the power to KO Walt Harris, in my opinion. Unless it's a kick, I don't think his hands have enough dynamite in them.
Volkov KO'd Verdum. KO'd Verdum. Like, it was literally like, it was out, bro.
Anyways, we'll move on to Dylan's freaking the Lord and Savior of Dylan Marenko, Robert the Reaper Whittaker versus the Killer Gorilla Jared Cannonier. Let's go.
Asher, break this down because I got a lot to say after.
Okay, Asher, you can break this down.
All right, I got this. So Robert Whittaker, he's the former middleweight champion with a record of 22-5.
Former.
Whoa.
I was saying that for Dylan.
Oh, okay. And then Jared the Killer Gorilla, he's Cannonier. He's got a win record or MMA record of 13 wins and 4 losses. Jared Cannonier, he fought as heavy as heavyweight, and then he went down to light heavyweight, and then I think he lost to Dominic Reyes. I can't remember how many fights he had at light heavyweight, but now he's down to middleweight, and he's just been killing fools at middleweight. So he just packs a punch, and this is going to be a tough fight for Robert Whittaker. As Robert Whittaker had a lot of tough fights in the middleweight division. Of course, he's fought the likes of Darren Till, Romero twice. He's fought Adesanya. He's fought Souza. He's fought Derek Brunson. He's fought literally almost everyone except Kelvin Gastelum. Like literally,
I just want to put it out there. Just want to put it out there that he actually fought Romero.
Yeah, exactly. He actually fought Romero, not like Adesanya. He actually fought Romero twice.
You freaking losers need to shut up. So what did I'm sorry. Did Romero fight Adesanya?
It's not. What are
you two bozos talking about?
No, we're saying that like Romero came to fight in that fight.
Okay. No. Okay, so no. Now pause here. So if I go into a fight and I just stand there like this, is it the other guy's fault? If he's leg kicking me to oblivion, I can go in there and then show you the statistical strikes attempted and landed by Izzy versus Yoel. So what are you talking about?
I'm saying what I'm saying is he actually fought him. Izzy didn't.
Yeah. Whatever. Your blame should not be with Adesanya. It should be with Romero.
No one blamed anyone.
No one blamed him.
It was a fight.
No, he actually fought Yoel Romero. Yeah. So did Izzy. It's not his fault. Yoel decided to be a freaking loser.
Man, I'm not blaming
and
Izzy.
not do anything.
I'm not blaming Izzy. I'm just saying Whittaker actually fought him. There was an actual fight.
So I'm sorry. When we check the record books, did Yoel lose to Izzy or not?
How many times has Izzy beaten Yoel?
Once.
How many times has Whittaker beaten Yoel?
Twice. Controversy in the second win. Just saying. Anyways, Asher, keep going.
Anyways, scroll down. Jared Cannonier has a 2.5 or is a 3.5 inch reach advantage. So when we look at the win by percentage, Jared Cannonier gets most of his wins done by KO. He has almost a 70% win percentage, and then maybe a couple submission wins as well. And Robert Whittaker can win any which way, whether it's submission, KO, or decision. So average fight time is 12 minutes for Whittaker and 8 minutes pretty much for Jared Cannonier. This fight's gonna be very tricky because Robert Whittaker, he's slick on his feet, right? He can catch Jared Cannonier with some stuff that he's not gonna see. Jared Cannonier is obviously a powerhouse, and he will be coming to KO Robert Whittaker. But I just think Robert Whittaker will not be there to get hit like he has been in the past. I just don't see it happening. The way he's been fighting, and like he's beaten everyone in the middleweight division except Israel Adesanya. So people should not sleep on Robert Whittaker's skills, right? Yes, Jared Cannonier is a beast. I know he recently beat Anderson Silva and he recently beat Jack Hermanson, but those people aren't
the shit out of Jack Hermanson.
Those people are not Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, right? And Israel Adesanya is not Robert Whittaker, and Yoel's not Robert Whittaker.
I know. So Darren Till did not beat Robert Whittaker too, and Derek Till is hyped as the next whatever. So anyway, I'm picking Robert Whittaker to win this fight. I just think he's going to be slicker on the feet compared to Cannonier. I think Cannonier is going to be missing a lot, and I think Robert Whittaker is just going to be able to land his jab a lot on Jared Cannonier, and I think it's going to be a boring 3-round decision for Robert Whittaker. That's what I got. Who you got, Dylan?
I like Asher. Yeah, and like I got Whittaker. You guys already know I cannot pick anyone else. Listen. You guys are bringing up, Izzy dominated. I think Robert Whittaker is probably one of the smartest and toughest fighters the UFC's seen. This guy fights with injuries, and he comes back and makes adjustments like
no other fighter has ever gotten injured in the UFC, guys. That's what Dylan is saying, because no other fighter has ever fought through an injury.
It was some crazy injury. I forget which one it was that he was fighting against Yoel Romero.
It was like his stomach or something, right?
Yeah, I think it was his rib or something. He went into a Yoel Romero fight with an injury like that, and he performed well.
Keep crying.
But yeah, all I'm saying is you have to go all the way back to 2014 to find a loss on his record, other than the Izzy fight, obviously. But what was the problem with him in the Izzy fight? We're all going to agree it was the range, correct? The range. Yep. People thought he was going to have issue with Darren Till's range. He came back, and I feel like he adjusted very well.
Darren Till's 6 feet tall. What are you talking about?
But his range is sick, no?
He has long arms for his height.
Long arms, man. He's got longer arms than Whittaker. And people thought he was going to have problems with that range. Yeah, do your little Google research, man. But, I feel like the way he was slipping in and out of the pocket there against Darren Till, I feel like he's going to do the same with Cannonier. And in my opinion, he's going to win the Cannonier fight decision, like you said, all 3 rounds. He's not
Darren
really
Till has a 1-inch
finisher.
reach advantage over Robert Whittaker. Just pointing that out there.
Yeah, but his reach is crazy. No?
It's not. They're the same height, and he has a 1-inch reach advantage. But go on. Jared
I'm
Cannonier
talking
has more
about
of
how
a
he's
reach
slipping
advantage.
in and out. Okay, but he's got a little bit of advantage, all right? But the way he was slipping in and out of the pocket against Till, you watched that fight, obviously, right? I think we watched it
Yeah,
together.
Till had a torn knee. If you're gonna give excuses for Robert Whittaker,
so-
you got to give
so
excuses
when I
to
bring-
everyone.
Okay, but when I bring up injuries for Whittaker, it doesn't matter. But Till,
I'm
okay.
telling you, every fighter has injuries. Like that.
But anyways,
Don't.
I feel like he's one of the smartest fighters in the UFC, and I feel like he adjusts well. I think he's gonna get a unanimous decision against Cannonier. You can differ the opinion. I can see it going the other way, but I feel like Whittaker's a smarter fighter, tougher fighter, and I feel like he's gonna end up fighting Izzy again. And I feel like he's gonna pose a lot of problems for Izzy. I don't think it's gonna be such an easy fight like Izzy thought it was gonna be in the first fight. Clearly, Izzy won second round TKO. Izzy had a fairly easy night. He had picked his shots, but I think he's gonna pose a big problem if they have a rematch. But yeah, I think he's going to be Cannonier this time. I think his experience and who he's fought is going to be prevalent. Cannonier hasn't fought a guy like Whittaker, in my opinion.
Daryl, who you got?
Is it my turn to speak finally, boys?
Oh, yeah, go.
So, as I will state, Gorilla has a 4-inch reach advantage over Robert Whittaker, which is more than Darren Till had. So that reach mumbo jumbo that you guys were trying to preach about Robert Whittaker is a magician on the feet, and he just slips in and out, and he just da. Anyways, so what I think, Robert Whittaker has always fought the same way, no matter who he's fighting, and it's a blitz in and out, blitz in and out.
Hold on.
Blitz
Can I
in and
just
out.
say one thing before you
Pause.
continue?
What?
Reach does not win fights. Clearly, if Reach won fights, then Stefan Struve would be the champ of all champs.
So then, what was
time.
that even a point of comparison?
I was bringing up the fact of how he changed his fight game against Darren Till. He hasn't fought the same. He was slipping in and out of the pocket, crazy amount, like he's never done before.
Yeah, because he's blitzing like he usually does.
It wasn't a blitz. It wasn't a blitz. He was popping in and out of the pocket like a crate, like so a lot of the high end boxers do.
Now, I will just say this. We only have 10 minutes left, so I want to get into the Khabib. I'm going to say kill a gorilla by second round TKO finish the same way Izzy did to him. I don't think Roberts fixed the holes in his game. We can talk about this on a later podcast. We're going to move into Khabib versus Justin Gaethje. I'm going to do the quick breakdown of this, and then I'll get you guys' opinions. Khabib, 28-0, champ of the division, the GOAT of the division, versus Justin, the highlight Gaethje, 22 wins, 2 losses. His 2 losses came to Dustin Poirier and Eddie Alvarez. Other than that, I think is the most bonus performances like in lightweight history or something. Like Justin Gaethje, every single time he fights, it's amazing. Khabib's 5'10", Justin's 5'11", same reach, same leg reach. We're going to go into how they win. For you big MMA fans, you'll know Khabib usually takes you down, ground and pounds you, and that's how he gets his TKO or KO finishes. He finishes 29% of his fights by KO, TKO, 36% of his fights by sub, 36% by decision. So Khabib has every which way to beat you. Justin Gaethje, 86% KO rate of his 22 wins, 5% by submission, meaning 1, and I think he's only had 1 decision fight in his career as well, 1 or 2. So who do I think is going to win this fight? I think Justin Gaethje poses problems Khabib has not seen. I think it's going to be similar to the Ankalaev fight where he's going to have trouble sticking him down in the middle of the ring, except Justin Gaethje is a much better striker than Ankalaev and can knock out Khabib at any moment. Who do I think is going to win? Most likely Khabib, but I'm going to pick Justin Gaethje by 3rd round TKO. That's my thoughts. Dylan, you got about 3 minutes, and then Asher's got the last 2 or 3.
Yeah, so I'm torn between this fight, man. I love Justin Gaethje. Who do I think is going to win? I think Khabib. Who do I want to win? Justin. If I'm going to put my money on it, it's got to be Khabib, man. Like, I have not seen anyone. Yeah, he's had like a little bit of a problem with Alaquinta. That little bit of a problem wasn't really a problem, let's be honest here. like this guy just dominates people. Like, I've never seen someone be able to just forcingly take someone down and that other person not be able to do anything in their power to do anything about it. Like, the way he's able to, like, I'm surprised he just doesn't put everybody in a crucifix and just destroys them. Like, that's how good he is. I've seen clips of him in training with Cormier, and he's able to like take down Cormier and stuff. Like, that's crazy at his weight, right? You guys can say Justin Gaethje's got the certifications. He's good on the ground, but I think we haven't seen that for a reason. I think he's gonna respect Khabib's ground game. Obviously, everybody does, but you don't understand what that ground game is until you feel it. And I think when he takes Justin Gaethje down, it's just a new level of grappling. I think what was his problem before that Ferguson fight? Everybody was talking about his gas tank, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think his gas tank is there. You might say, oh, it looked great against Ferguson, but when you're piecing some guy up like that, your gas tank's going to look way better than theirs, right? I think Khabib's going to keep him down, and he's going to maul him. I think Khabib actually finishes Justin Gaethje here. If I'm going to think of this logically, I think we've never seen Justin be finished, and I think if the man to do it, if there's one man in this world to do it, it's going to be Khabib. I think
he got finished by Poirier, but like I know what you mean. Eddie and Poirier finished him, but like not in the way that Khabib is going to do it. I know what you mean.
Obviously, other than the Poirier fight, I meant like beat down and finished. You know.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. Asher, okay, you got about 2 minutes on the clock here.
It's like, okay, go. I think for me, this fight's a very, very tricky one. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Justin Gaethje. Will Justin Gaethje get taken down? Yes. Will Justin Gaethje probably get a beating? Yes. But another thing that people forget about is that Justin Gaethje can take a beating, man. Like, if you've seen a lot of his fights, like, this guy can just wear damage, right? Like, and he can just keep coming forward. Another thing that people are forgetting is Justin Gaethje's leg kicks. Like, every round starts on the feet, right? I guarantee you, from the first round, Justin Gaethje is going to be hacking at Khabib's left leg nonstop, right? And the thing is, Justin Gaethje is not a fighter that likes to move backwards. He's a fighter that likes to move forward, just like McGregor. And Khabib does not do well he does well, but he's not like the best at getting takedowns in the open area of the octagon, like in the middle of the cage. He likes to get his takedowns around the fence of the cage. And I know Justin Gaethje is not going to be backing up for Khabib. It's not happening. So, with that being said, the leg kicks of Justin Gaethje, the amount of damage Justin Gaethje can take, even though Khabib does take Gaethje down, and the hands of Justin Gaethje, bro. This guy has like 80% of his wins by KO or TKO. Man's just sleeping on Gaethje, bro. I'm putting money on Gaethje. He's gonna do it. He's gonna be the first one to beat Khabib. I will not be surprised if it happens. People, I will pull this clip up and said, yo, I said Justin Gaethje is gonna do it. I think he's gonna do it, and for the reasons I've said, Khabib, yes, he's going to take Gaethje down. Yes, he's going to be able to manhandle him on the ground, but the fight will start again because he can take that damage, and then he's on the feet. Gaethje's just going to land something or fuck up Khabib's legs, and then from there, it's just going to go downhill for Khabib. And then we have the new undisputed lightweight champion in the UFC, Justin, the highlight, Gaethje. Let's go.
I love to see it, man. He deserves it.
I couldn't say anything better than what you boys have said. I think Justin's getting it done. I don't know why people are saying about his gas tank, gas this, gas that.
I have that feeling that Gaethje's getting it done.
Justin goes out on his shield. He's not tapping. He's not giving up. There's nothing you can do to Justin that hasn't been done to him before. He's been wrestling with Kamaru Usman nonstop in his training camps. He knows he's going to get taken down. He doesn't care, but he said this, Khabib, you want to take me down, you have to come within the zone of death where anything, you even come within striking distance with me, you're going to pay the price. He said he needs 4 leg kicks, and he's changing everything. One thing that Justin does is when he comes in close to you, he throws leg kicks from clinch distance when all your weight is on your lead leg. You know what I'm saying? He said that he loves those kicks because it really, really batters that lead leg because almost all your weight's on it. And those are the ones that do extreme amounts of damage. Justin doesn't throw kicks from distance, only in close. Even look at the Tony fight. When he came within like clinch level close, like being close, Justin was throwing ridiculously hard leg kicks to him. So he said he needs 3 leg kicks to stop Khabib's forward advancement, and it's donezo. And I think he's doing it. I think he's coming out. The moment they touch gloves in the middle, Justin's moving up, throwing hands and throwing kicks. Boom.
That's the key, though. That's the key. He has to land those leg kicks like he did against Ferguson, and I think Khabib knows that. I think Khabib's smart, and I think he's gonna have something for it. So
I'm just saying that American muscle, baby, that American steel.
Bro, Gaethje is like, for all the opponents that Khabib has fought, like we would mention all of them. Khabib hasn't fought Ferguson, Tony, whatever. Go down the list. Alquinta and all those people. None of them can take a beating like Justin Gaethje. I'm not even like Michael Jordan. Like none of them. This guy can just take a beating and then not stop moving forward, and that's gonna happen. And Khabib, I'm not saying he's gonna get tired. tired.
beating.
But like he will. But he will hack at Khabib's leg. He'll get taken down. But that hand will just keep throwing and throwing. And I'm like, yo,
and as Chael Sonnen said, Justin Gaethje's not gonna beat himself. You have to beat Justin Gaethje. All right, you gotta put that guy in the ground. He's not gonna stop fighting, and that's what I love. There's a lot of fighters in his division where you couldn't say that. All right. When it comes to Justin Gaethje, you know he's coming. He's moving forward. He doesn't care if you take him down, and he's sprawling and he's throwing. And I can't wait for this. It's gonna be amazing. Dylan, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Asher, I hate your guts. I can't wait for this.
Dylan,
I can't wait for 254.
You have to be in the post fight. We gotta review this.
I'll be here on the post fight, ready to tell you guys how good Robert Whittaker looks. I can't wait.
And I hate that.
On, boys.
Oh, no worries, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. MMA Brothers Pod. If you want to get on the pod, you think you're smarter than me. You want to have a verbal bout with me. Let's get it going. You want to have a verbal bout with Asher, Dylan. You want to call Dylan out on our podcast and talk to Dylan? Let us know, guys. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. We out.
Thanks for listening to the MMA Brothers Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give us a follow on our socials. You can check out a description of this episode for more, but don't forget to connect with us on Instagram at MMA Brothers Pod. We'll see you on the next episode.